Mahatma Gandhi, also known as Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He was the leader of Indian independence movement. Gandhi was born on 2 October 1869 to a Hindu Madhbaniya family in Porbandar in British Indian Empire. His father's name was Karamchand Gandhi and his mother's name was Putlabai Gandhi. His father served as the Dewan of Porbandar state. Mohandas had 2 elder half-sisters and 3 elder siblings. Baby Mohandas grew up to be a very shy child. At school, Mohandas was not a brilliant student. He wed Kasturbai Makanji Kapadia in an arranged marriage in May 1883. Then he was 13 years old and Kasturbai was 14 years old at the time of their marriage. They had 4 children. At the age of 19, Gandhi went to England at 1888 to become a lawyer. After returning from South Africa to India in 1891, he began to practice law in Bombay. Then he went to South Africa to work at a law firm. There he witnessed rampant acts of racism and discrimination, which angered him greatly. Once he was asked to move from the first class in a train, in spite of having a valid ticket solely on the basis of his color, and another time he was asked to remove his turban. These incidents angered him and kindled in him the spirit to fight for social justice. He spent over 20 years in the country, during which he helped found the Natal Indian Congress, which aimed at molding the Indian community of South Africa into a unified political force. Gandhi returned to India in 1915. He joined the Indian National Congress and by 1920 established himself as a dominant figure in the Indian political scenario. His followers gave him the attribute Mahatma, meaning great soul. He called for all the Indians to unite as one, irrespective of the divisions of religion, caste, and creed in the country's fight for independence. He advocated non-cooperation with British rule, which included a boycott of British goods in favor of Indian-made products. In 1921, he was made the leader of the Indian National Congress, the party that was fighting for the independence. Gandhi was arrested on 10 March 1922, tried for sedition, and imprisoned for 2 years. In 1930, as a British government imposed tax on the salt, Gandhi took a 400 kilometers march to seashore, called Dandi. Then he made salt with his own hands to show his protest against the evil tanks. He was joined by thousands of followers in the symbolic act of defiance against British rule. This campaign was one of his most successful at upsetting British hold on India. Britain responded by imprisoning over 60,000 people. The Second World War broke out in 1939, and Gandhi thought it to be the right time to force the Britishers to quit. He invoked a moment in 1942 called the Quit India movement. He was imprisoned for 2 years and released before the end of the war in May 1944. By the year 1947, the British government has enough troubles to seek in India and England. So they leave India, but only after dividing it into 2 countries, India and Pakistan. India got independent, but India was not a peaceful process. It led to violent clashes between the Hindus and the Muslims. Gandhi repeatedly went to the hunger strikes to restore peace among the country. On 30 January 1948, as Gandhi completed a 2-day hunger strike in New Delhi, He was shot dead by a Hindu nationalist called Nathuram Gods at the age of 78. He established a principle called Gandhism, and the two pillars of Gandhism are truth and non-violence. "Where there is love there is life," said Mahatma Gandhi.